The War with Bobby Bosler and the Minutemen Evangelistic Team, an exciting three-night competition for teens, Saturday, May the 6th to all the way into Monday, May the 8th, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Good News Baptist Church, 3252 Taylor Road in Chesapeake, Virginia. GoodNewsBaptist.org. GoodNewsBaptist.org/videos. GoodNewsBaptist.org/events. May the 4th to the 5th, recruiting. For more information. Night. For more information, contact Mr. Taylor at 757-286-2428. Pray for God's power, God's provision, God's protection at Good News Baptist Church, 3252 Taylor Road, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23321. Phone number 757-488-3241. The War, Army versus Navy. Teen activity. The founder is Jim Ben Yodrin. I'll get it right. Then he let Bobby Bosler take over. Jim Ben Yodrin still does it though, but Jim Ben Yodrin kind of, passed the one to Bobby Bosler, and Bobby Bosler does it full time. They have big ball, basketball, big balls, soccer, crab soccer, knee-deep, mud pit, tug of war, spoke tackle, big ball, basketball, tube tug of war. The tube tug I've seen done at the Wilds Christian Camp too, wilds.org, and the big ball basketball. We have big ball volleyball. I gave Jim Ben Yodrin and the Minutemen team books and VCR tapes, and then DVD-R video discs of 6 Hours with the Losing Secrets, and Jim Ben Yodrin wrote me back a card in the 1980s thanking me for that, plus the trivia book will come in handy, because they do TV trivia and sports and even some magic tricks, so I've advanced their knowledge to use for the Lord. And now they use the TV trivia and the movies and the maps and all that stuff. Emmanuel Ruiz and Andrew Taylor, they're really good. But now they branched out. Andrew's married now and has a kid. Emmanuel Ruiz, I think he's working at Bob Jones University in the computer thing. But I'm sure his sister's doing something too at another college. Doug Carriger, Daniel Driley is also working in the computer section. Anyway, I asked Emmanuel's mom and dad, did they get the smartness from you? They say, don't look at us. He didn't get it from us. I said, well, he's a special kid. He's got God-given talents, because he's really smart at everything. He knows TV trivia. He knows even Andrew Taylor. Anyway, Andrew Taylor ended up being part of the Minuteman team. The last time Bobby Bosler was traveling with Andrew Taylor and going place to place, and then the last stop was at Good News, and Andrew Taylor couldn't wait to do the exciting thing for good news. and he was for the Army, and he got everybody excited on the Army side. And the Navy, I forgot the guy's name, but God called him to branch out on his own, to start his own Army versus Navy, and his own style concept. Anyway, Alex is one of the new Minutemen team, and I'm sure there's another one too, but I'll have to play back the video. Anyway, same bad time, same bad channel. My parents, my dad Marcel Page Jr. and my mom Darlene Page, they helped in 1980s when it was Jim Van Gelderen working it. My parents would help out, and at that time I was a teenager, Cheryl was a teenager, and I think Stacy was just about to be a teenager, but we were part of we played the games, and the skits and all that. And then God provided a camera when I became older, and I was able to bring back a time machine, and I was able to get back some of those skits, because Bobby Bowser and Minutemen team did some of those skits, like the car skit and the TV skit and all that, back in, like in 1980s. It's like bringing back a time machine. God answered my prayers fourfold. And anyway, but they do all the activities each night, and they get the free pizza. And if they run out of pizza, then they have hot dogs or whatever is there, but it's free. Then you get the free bottled water and the free sodas. And the pizza, Little Caesars, they get it from there. And sometimes the Little Caesars guy, he's got to be a Christian, because he lets, it's either 25 or 50 free pizzas. And Mark Hitter said, hey, just for that, we'll use your banner, we'll put it anywhere, in the front, in the back, you name it, we'll advertise you. Well, they put it right out in front, so when people drive by, they see Little Caesars there, pizza, pizza. Anyway. And Bobby Bowser, if it gets real noisy, then he'll say 5, 4, and before he gets to 3, it gets real quiet, because the teens know that they said, Bobby Bowser said, you're all doing points, and if you still have the shirt from the last time or the other time, you get added points. Andrew Taylor had his, and some other teens did too, so it adds to the points. And all the activities that it's a team effort. Whoever wins, they get their total up Monday night as the finale total. And each night, Bobby Bowser and the Minutemen team, they take turns doing a message, and in between there, they talk about how Jesus let them find Jesus in their heart. In other words, how they found Jesus in their heart, how they found Jesus Christ, Lord, Savior, God in their heart. They asked Jesus to forgive them all their sins and come out and save them. And they talk about the history of their family and everything. Anyway, there was a lot of kids that when I would watch Reading Rainbow in my parents' house in the living room, they do these they say read all about it or something like that, and they read the book and they talk about it. Each kid would do that, and each kid that came up and talked about their book on Reading Rainbow, I would pray to Jesus, if they ain't saved, they get saved, and their whole family. Each one of them, I did that. Well, God works in mysterious ways. Because I also prayed for Kirk Cameron to get saved if he wasn't saved. And now he's saved, and each time it's either Bob Jones or Crown College Christian Acting Guild, they would say the history of their life, how they found Jesus, and the guy would say, and the girl, she could eat the most hot dogs. And I'm thinking, that's like Bob eating 7 hot dogs in one sitting. Anyway, and they said, and he's a celebrity. She would say, he's a celebrity. He's the one reading Rainbow. He's one of the boys that would read a book to tell you about it. And I always wanted to tell him that I'm one of the people who was praying for him, because each time he'd do that plan of salvation, he would say, none of our family was saved, and we don't know who it was that prayed, but God answered your prayer. I wanted to say it, but one of the preachers from that church did a message in such a way it just made me not to just to say, hi, how you doing? I liked your skit and all that stuff. And I shook hands with him, and I'm thinking, if he only knew that I'm one of the people that prayed for him. If he's hearing this now, you'll know that it's Page Bill Green. My birth name is Bill Green. Anyway, I hope he sees this, because I wanted it so badly, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. It's something about the message that the person they came with, the preacher or teacher from that church, it was a message that was saying something that not to let people know, but you just know to pray for them. So I just shook his hand. I mean, God let me come in contact with him, because he came to me and talked to me, and I talked to him and shook hands, and I said, you all do a good job. Thank you. And that was the last time he was there, because he was getting up and not a teenager anymore. He's becoming an adult. So he's probably married and has kids now. He's probably not in the acting guild now. Well, he probably does, but he's not traveling with either Bob Jones or the Christian Count Karate. But anyway, if he ever shows up at Good News again, I'll say, at least 2 or 3 times that girl said about you're a celebrity, that you're one of the junior boys that read the book and all. Anyway, and you tell what the book's about. Well, I'd pray for each kid that would read. I was right up at the TV screen, and I'd pray for each kid, and you were one of them. I'd pray for you to get saved if you weren't saved yet. I did that to Kirk Cameron too, and Jesus answered my prayer, and Kirk Cameron is now a Christian. I'm hoping his whole family is a Christians. I pray to my brothers Bobby, Chucky, and Jimmy Green, and sister Cynthia Green, named after Grandma Green. If they're not saved, they get saved in their whole family tree, and the parents that adopted them, because I have no clue where they're at. They all got adopted somewhere else. I got adopted to my uncle Marcel Franklin Page Jr. and my aunt Charlotte Darlene Page. Her last name was Green. Anyway, one of her brothers was Bill Green, so I'm named after my real dad, Bill Green. Anyway, Same bad time, same bad channel. And my sisters are Cheryl Lentil and Stacy Elizabeth Smith. Their last names used to be Page. And they call me, this is our big brother Bill, or this is our brother Bill.